What trends are we seeing today? For one, there is really it's not a one-size-fits-all process. All schools are different and they really look for unique factors. So that's something that really stands out to us over time. Every school is different and they breathe and they act differently. So you have to kind of think about that. And you have to know the school that you're applying to and what's really unique about them and what they're really evaluating. Applications are surging. We really are seeing that right now because of the removal of test prep and because tests are kind of becoming test optional, applications are surging, and this is something that really it has created a challenge for many, many universities, right? Because they have to filter through more applications than ever before. They care, and they're starting to look more at achievements over tests. So some schools are going back to testing, MIT and others aren't, University of California system. So this is also becoming a kind of interesting question about what are my schools doing, the ones that I'm applying to this year. There's a really good website called fairtest.org, and that website actually does tell you what the status is of different schools, so you can check there. Legacy is slowly fading. A lot of schools are slowly starting to kind of phase out legacy in the admissions process. This is true. Tufts just announced last week or probably 2 weeks ago, and it's becoming increasingly important and a question that universities are considering. Admissions is also getting harder, particularly in regular decision. Today, we're seeing schools like Williams, even like Carleton College, Amherst, they're taking two or three students in early round for every one student in regular round. So if you really have a small school that you really love, like Amherst or Williams, or let's say Cornell, it's a lot bigger, or Northwestern, they're going to take almost two students in early round for every one in regular. So it's good not to risk too much and to kind of make a clear choice in the early round about which school you want to go to and try to focus in on it. We're definitely seeing that it's getting harder. So all of the schools in red, we're noticing that they are indicating a change, and in terms of their admissions rate. So like Amherst this year went down, Boston University went down in terms of the way that they accepted students, and so on. Waitlisting is really common. You should expect a series of accepts, rejects, and many waitlists. So what that means for you really is now make a plan to continue achieving all the way through June of 12th grade, because it can help you, like if you get waitlisted to, University of Pennsylvania, and that's your dream school, you might be waitlisted not just from Ivy Day, which is usually at the end of March or beginning of April, but all the way through even August. You could still get off of the wait list. And so you want to continue thinking about things like this, that you want to kind of continue thinking about the fact that you can continue achieving and looking stronger for the schools that you're actually waitlisted for. And just to give you a kind of insight into some of the things that we're seeing this year, in terms of waitlisting, there is no real rhyme or reason. There is. The university knows what it is, but we don't always know from our side. I had a student accepted to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, Columbia, Cornell, but waitlisted to Brown and UChicago. So that's something that's sometimes surprising for people to hear. Another student was accepted to Wharton, Northwestern, Duke, Rice, but waitlisted to UC Berkeley and denied to USC. So these are really interesting kinds of cases that you might want to kind of, like this is very common to get accepted so broadly to Ivies is very rare. I always tell students, lightning does not strike more than 3 times. That's what you should expect in the admissions process. You don't expect to get into every single top 20 school. What I think a better attitude would be, a few golden doors will open, and it could be very pleasing when you get the right one. It's kind of like dating, if you can think about it like that. You will not marry everyone. Eventually you'll have to say, yes, there is one that I will marry, right? So this is true for schools too.